Buku is a former world champion, two-time, and it's going to be a very, very hard night. You know, he's mixed in with the best. He's boxed Abmanara as Rugondao, and he's been at the top for a very long time.
So do you think this is your toughest test, other than, I understand that you went in with Jason Booth, do you think this is your toughest test moving forward in your career?
Yeah, you know, this guy's he's a former two-time world champion. He's boxed at a high level for a very long time. He's boxed, if you look at his resume in his last 3 or 4 fights, he's boxed how many, 3 or 4 world champions, maybe I think 4. Hopefully finally eliminated for the world title, IBF, and get in line for one of the world titles at featherweight. You know, fight anybody. I think I'm one of the best out there, and I want the big fights, you know, the Carl Framptons, the Los Santa Cruzes. But if they ask me what my ideal fight next, would be against Scott Quiqq. I'd want to do a number on him and then line up a big fight.
Is there any bad blood between you two? Because I know you've been vocal about facing Scott Quiqq in the past.
You know, I just think he's been robbing the public. You know, he's people have been raving about him, but the thing is, he's below average. You know, he's never boxed nobody decent, and every time he's boxed someone decent, he's always been beat or he's got a draw for some reason. You know, and I know I'll do a better job on him than Carl Frampton did.
Were you at the Carl Frampton fight? Did you see that fight? I mean, what do you think of Scott Quiqq's performance on that night?
You know, I thought at the end of the day, I've heard that he's been blaming his trainer Joe Gallagher, but at the end of the day, as a fighter, you know, when you're winning, it's all to you, and when you're losing, it's all come down to you. You know, you can't blame your trainer. The trainer's there just to tell you 1 or 2 things. When you're in a fight, you must know if you're winning or losing. And he knew he was losing the fight, you know. He stunk the place out. And it was a terrible performance, you know. I think Frampton was trying to make it an exciting fight, but Quigg's style, sometimes he can just make it look so boring. In my opinion, if Frampton and Quigg boxed 10 times, Frampton would always win. You know, I don't think Quigg does anything very good. You know, I think he's a below average fighter. He's being looked at very, very well, and at this weight, he'd be looking to win a world title.
Right. Kell Brook and Amir Khan, you know, they're supposed to fight, but obviously the negotiations are broken down because I think Khan wants a 70-30 split. Do you think he's pricing himself out of the fight and you don't want the fight? Obviously, you're being around Kell Brook, while you train with him like near enough every day. What's his opinion on the situation?
I just think Khan don't really want the fight, you know, but at the end of the day, where is he going to go from this point? You know, he hasn't really. If he wants these super fights, the Khan Brook fight is the only super fight out there. There's no other big fights out there for him. You know, every time he steps up in against a good opposition, he either gets knocked out or, you know, he gets battered, one or the other. Yeah. And I think Kell Brook, if he fights Kell Brook, it'll be the end of him. I think when Kell Brook beats him, they'll put Kell Brook in a higher level than Amir Khan. You know, I think it's an ego thing as well. You know, with the Khan as well. You know, him getting done by Kell Brook, I think it might ruin him for the rest of his life. You know, sometimes a fighter can have a fight, it can damage him that bad, it can ruin him for the rest of his life, you know.
Right. I mean, what's your opinion on this A side and B side of boxing? Because it's not like how it was back in the day. You know, if guys wanted to obviously get in the ring and sort it out, they would do. But now it's more like a business thing now, isn't it? So what's your take on this? Do you think it's good for boxing or bad for boxing?
It's always been like that, you know, since boxing's ever been around. There's always been a favourite and there's always been a, you know, but at the end of the day, I think it's more to do with egos now. You know, everybody wants to be a Mayweather. Yeah. You know, control everything. Then Mayweather's been around for a very long time, and before there was Mayweather, you know, he had to wait in the queue. You know, there was the Mike Tysons, the Nassim Hameds, the Oscar De La Hoyas, and he had to find it come through. But these fighters like Khan, he's not even undefeated. You know, like Mayweather's undefeated. He's beat the very best. Khan's not even in that same category. You know. But he thinks because he's more popular than Kell Brook in the UK, he's more of a star, that he makes that he can have more say when it comes to the fights. I don't think he should. I think really and truly it should be a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
You know, if Khan wants to do 70-30, why don't they just 70-30, the winner takes 70 and the loser takes 30? If he's that confident,
Yeah.
Might as well do that. Or if he's even more confident, do 80-20.
Yeah.
If he's so confident in beating Kell Brook, the winner takes 80 and the loser takes 20.
Well, I think it's fair, obviously, 50-50 split, because they're both coming off it, like, they both stepped up and try, obviously, dare to be great, and they're both coming off a loss. So I think they're both in the same category right now, and they both should, like, take 50-50.
It's the way they've both lost.
Yeah.
Khan lost.
Khan got knocked out cold, and Kell,
Khan was unconscious, I don't know for how long, and he's been knocked out maybe 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
Kell Brook, I don't ever think so. Really ever been buzzed like that or knocked out in a fight. Even when he boxed Golovkin, the biggest puncher in the boxing world, he couldn't even knock Kell Brook out. He might have stopped him, because of his broken his eye socket. But he didn't ever, look like he was going to get knocked out.
Yeah, and obviously his stock went up as well, and Kell Brook's stock went up after that fight as well.
Yeah, no one's ever done what he's done to what Kell Brook did to Golovkin, so they had a fight with him. Yeah, he might have took a few shots, but then they were giving Golovkin as much as he was getting.
Yeah.
And obviously the bigger man won. But my honest opinion, I think if Kell Brook never damaged his eye socket, I think he would have somehow won the fight.
Yeah, and do you think he should? Obviously, Eddie Hearn said that he wants him to go up to 154 because he's a better fighter at 154 and he's not killing himself. Do you think he should go up to 154? Because obviously you see him in the gym every day. Is he a better fighter, or should he stay at 147 fight at Real Spence?
No, there's Kell Brook. Golovkin's the pound for pound king. If you had to put Kell Brook in with any other middleweight, would any of them beat him? Would you think that? I don't think that.
Yeah.
I think the Bradley Saunders, the Billy Joe Saunders, who else did middleweight? Billy Joe Saunders, Eubank.
I think Canalo's going up now, isn't he?
I don't think any middleweight could beat Kell Brook.
Yeah.
Apart from obviously Golovkin's beaten, but any other than Golovkin, I think Kell Brook would actually smash. Even like middleweight,
Right.
I think he'd beat most light middleweights. Middleweight out there would beat Kell Brook. Yeah, I'm always in training camp. Well, for me, it's never really training camp. I live the life.
Way that you're a gym rat, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm always in the gym.
Right.
I train twice a day, Monday to Friday. Train once on Saturday, rest on Sunday, and always in the gym, always in top shape. And I'm always ready to fight. You're gonna see speed, power, timing. You're gonna see explosiveness from me, and it's gonna be a very exciting fight. Joshua Beagle comes to fight, I come to fight, and it's gonna be a very, very good fight. Style-wise, we're gonna mix in very good. I'm gonna go in there and win. My thing is to go in there and to absolutely smash this guy and get him out of there. If he lasts 12 rounds, lasts. But if I see opportunity to take him out, then I'm going to take him out.